Xin chào, hello. So we've got another episode of Cooking with Fat and Broke. This is going to be Viet style chicken cacciatore. So you're going to need 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. You want to get the good ones like these. You're going to need an onion chopped up. You're going to need a green pepper. You're going to need oregano, salt, black pepper, and Italian seasoning. These are Viet mushrooms. And then you're going to need olives chopped like this. You're going to need some garlic, and you're going to need 2 chicken thighs. Right? These are thighs and legs? Leg and thigh, whatever it's called. And then you're going to need some spaghetti. And then you want to get your onions rolling first thing. You want to make a nice onion-based tomato is what we're going to do. I like to start with a strong onion base. So let's see, what do I need here? No.
Use a wood one.
So we're going to get these going. So we're going to let these cook down for about 5 minutes, and then I'll cut back and show you when to add the garlic and the green peppers. Okay, so we started the process of sweating out the onion. We got about 2 minutes on them. Go a little bit longer. We want to get more translucent on the onion color for sure. Then we'll add in the green peppers after that. We got to break down the green peppers because we're not going to cook this sauce forever. So it's new, training the camera woman. There we go. Good job, camera woman. So Winnie's behind the camera. Say hi, Winnie.
Hello.
So this is a really good recipe. She really likes it a lot. I've made it quite a few times.
Yep, I asked him to cook for me.
Yeah, it's a good one. If you are some health nut, you can get the veggie pasta, you know, whatever, the zucchini pasta and stuff like that. I eat regular pasta though, so I like my pasta. So it looks like we got enough sweat because we really want to break these down equally as much as the onion. So let's just get those in there too. This stuff will shrink in size. I know it looks like there's a lot in volume, but as it cooks, the water will get cooked out of this, and everything will shrink. Then we're going to add the garlic as well now. Garlic to taste. I think we added 10, 15, 20 cloves. We added a lot. Cloves are smaller here, so. We shot so many videos today, guys. I've been working all day on YouTube content. Now we got everything to the party. So now I'm going to turn up the heat to 7. I'm going to cook this down for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to cook this down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Growing pains, we're getting there. I always use a whole peeled tomato because I like the sauce to cook long enough that it's using the whole peeled tomato and it breaks down the tomato. It just, I think, gives a nicer, better flavor. So you don't want to burn your garlic, so watch your heat. Dance in between the fine line. Even if you do burn your garlic, everybody acts like it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. This is very much a beginner's recipe, so it's very easy to do. The mushrooms and the olives don't go in until pretty much last. The olives go in last. I'll put in the mushrooms and get a little bit of cook time on them before I add the 2 cans, and then we'll go on to the seasoning. We'll then take the chicken, we'll fry it real quick, just in some oil in a pan. So I'll get a nice crispy crust on each side of the chicken here, and then I'll just dunk it into the sauce, let it finish off cooking in the sauce for about 45 minutes. All the stuff will break down and it'll become really yummy. Alright, so I'll cut back once I've sweated these down and I get the sauce finished, and then we'll move on to cooking the chicken. Okay, so we're back after about 10 minutes. Everything's kind of broken down real nicely. So we're going to add a little bit of mushroom. I don't know how much I want to add all together. I think that's good. Let's just break these down for just a little bit of time. just to get a little bit of the... You want to clean all your vegetables, especially mushrooms, really well before you use them. You can use any locally available mushroom for you. You don't have to use these button top ones. I think these are actually a Japanese mushroom. So just a quick little breakdown of the mushroom in the oil. I don't strain out the oil because I use a real clean peanut oil, I want to say. One that has no cholesterol in it, if I remember right. Okay, so now we're at the point of where we want to add 2 cans whole peeled tomato. There we go. At this point, you can go over to the sink, get a little bit of water. You don't want to waste anything in that can. And do it on the other one. You want to slosh it around. Like I said, you don't want to lose any of that good stuff. And add that into the mix. And then you want to get a nice stir going. You can start to break these tomatoes when you get the good ones. They'll just break up right out of the gate. So see how that's going right now? The oil doesn't matter much. I don't ever strain it off. I use a very little bit of oil, so it just adds to a little bit of flavor. So this is what you want image-wise. This is looking real nice. Real nice. So now we're gonna add the, we can wait on the olive actually, so let's go. We got oregano. I really like oregano. It's the heart of my sauces, so I'm gonna add quite a bit. About that much. You can even add more depending on how much you like oregano. Salt content, keep it low at first. You can always add, but you can't take away. Let's see, same with the pepper. We'll go pretty low on that. Always add, but can't take away. And then finally a little bit of Italian seasoning. Not much on this. This stuff's pretty strong, so we'll do that. Now we'll get everything all incorporated together. You can strain out the oil if you want. That's a choice for you. Probably use olive oil. That's going to be your best bet back home. That smells really nice. The quality of tomatoes is really important. You want to get quality tomatoes. That's priority number 1. Nice, good canned tomatoes. Pretty key in my opinion. We got that going. We want to bring this up to a slow boil, and then we'll bring it back down. Then we'll simmer away while we cook the chicken. Let's add the olive in here too. Okay. There we go. We got the nice colors coming on. This is Viet chicken cacciatore. Oh, we got some banh mi bread to go with it, with the pasta as well. Oh, this looks real nice. You always want to stir. You never want to just leave it. If you're going to leave it, you got to set it real low if you're going to leave it for any amount of time. These dishes can go sideways real quick, a sauce can, as if you burn the bottom of the pan. But if you do burn the bottom of the pan, just transfer to another pan immediately. Do not scrape the bottom stuff because it gets incorporated. Whatever you got stuck to the bottom, it's usually okay to just switch it to a new pan real quick, and you won't get that burnt flavor throughout the sauce. Yes, I have done that plenty of times. Winnie's even seen me do it once or twice. So, your heat, you want to always be kind of lower than higher, in my opinion. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'll bring this up to temperature. I'll flavor test it and add more seasoning. So I'm going to let this cook for about 5-10 minutes. Then we'll cut back. We'll fry the chicken up. We'll get the chicken in here. And then that's it. We're finished off. And then I'll boil some noodle and we'll show you presented plates. And then we'll taste test it. Peace. Okay, so this is what the sauce looks like when it's looking right. It is tasting fire. I added a little bit more oregano and a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. It's all to your flavor though. The onion and the garlic really set the base of the let's give it a test. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see if it needs anything. Wow, that's really nice. Spot on. So now we're going to set it to a 1. We're going to simmer. We're going to continue to stir. Now I'm going to start frying the chicken. Once I have the temperature up to and I've got one side of the chicken going, I'll flip the camera back on. And then I'll show you what kind of crispiness you're looking for on the chicken. I'm going to show you how to fry chicken in oil like this. This is a big thing I'm going to show you here. Okay. So you can go either side down first. You're going to want to rest it in there. And then the first thing you're going to want to do is cover that sucker up. If you don't cover it up, you're going to have oil literally everywhere. If you don't want to have a large cleanup, you can surround the area. This is harder to do with an electric or a gas. It's easier with an electric. So we'll create a little oil wall for when we do open it. And you don't want to mess with it when it's on the skin side. You want to get a crust on that skin so you're not getting it burned to the bottom of the pan. If you mess with it and poke it right away, you're going to have a bunch rip off of the skin onto the pan. We don't want that. So we'll create a nice little, what we call, grease trap type thing, so we don't have to clean much of the stove. Oh, what else here? So let's do this too. It can really kick all over the place, so you'll even want to do this. Cover up anything that's close next to it. Now, cleanup duty, 100 times easier. So you're going to let this go, and you're not going to touch it. I know you're going to want to poke it and like flip it and do a bunch of shit to it, but you want to be on like a medium heat, and you want to go for about 6 minutes. Just let it go. Don't touch it. If you touch it, it won't get that perfect skin. It'll get to a point where it puts a crust on that outside of that skin, so then it'll just be easier to flip. So I'm going to let this cook, and then when you lift this is another key part. It's going to create a bunch of water on the top here. So if you lift this and tilt it in any way, you're going to be in some trouble. It's going to go right into the oil. So you want to lift it slowly and go over the sink and then dip the water there, and that's how you avoid that problem. But if you don't have this initially because the chicken's wet, you're going to have grease just flying everywhere. Remember, high heat isn't always the solution. You want to be right at a 6, so you want to be a little over medium heat if you're working on gas. Alright, so we'll see you in about 5 minutes. Okay, so I got this first one up perfectly good. Perfectly well. You'll just want to start to do this. And rock it. This one might not come off as quickly. Keep rocking it, keep rocking it. Keep rocking it. Shake it, shake it, shake it. This one's being way more difficult. The other one came out easy. Keep rocking it, it'll come eventually. Come on. There we go. And there we go.
Wow.
Perfect, crisp, no skin loss. That's how you do it. You don't mess with it for about 5 minutes. Now we're going to cook it about 5 more minutes on this side, and then we're going to go straight to the sauce. So I'll be back. Okay, so cook these about 10 minutes total. And go right into the sauce. Push them down in there. Make sure they're covered. Look at 0 chicken skin loss. 0. Okay, so now you're going to want to get these at the bottom kinda. You got to make sure your heat's low, and you're going to want to cook this for about at least 45 minutes. When you've cooked the chicken right, it falls off the bone. There'll even be chicken falling off when you take it off. It creates this extremely tender, delicious chicken. And then you'll just boil up your spaghetti. Each person gets a piece of chicken, as much sauce as you want. A little Parmesan Reggiano if you want some. It's really expensive here, as I showed you in the Anwan video, so that's not happening for Old Fat and Broke. So we just go all natural. So yeah, I'm gonna let this cook for about a half hour, 30 minutes. I'm not gonna put a cover on it because I want to make sure I'm stirring it so I don't burn the bottom of it. All right, so we'll plate up, test it, and give it a rating. See you soon. This is when you know it's done. The first TV show I'm gonna review is The New Pope. So I hope you guys will tune into that. We're gonna plate now and then do a test drive. All right, after 2 hours of work, we've got chicken cacciatore Asian style. Let's try it out. You should be able to use a butter knife if you've cooked it right. Let's see if that works for me. Oh yeah, it's just coming right off. Let's see. Oh my god, the chicken is so tender. It's so juicy. It's really nice. Oh yeah. The sauce, really good.
Wow.
Wow.
It's good.
I mean, it's incredible how tasty this is. So you can use a butter knife to cut this right off. It's so juicy and flavorful. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go .8. What are you giving it?
10?
10. Yeah. Rookie
Because
score.
you cook.
So yeah, it's an 8.8. You might want to get a nice piece of bread to soak up some of the sauce. That is just delicious, guys. Well worth the time, well worth the effort. The chicken is so tender. It's really nice. Really, really nice. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh. Oh my god. Alright guys. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy. See ya. Viet.
See you.
Proof it's good.